So good morning everyone. In the last lecture of DME subject, we have started our discussion on the concentric spring and the important phenomena which is responsible for the failure of the spring is the surge in the spring. And we have also seen how to reduce the possibility of surge in the last lecture. In the today's lecture, we will take one more types of spring into the account and try to find out the design consideration, important equations, and we will try to solve this example, real-time examples of the spiral spring in this lecture. So what is the spiral spring, how it is considered in the design of the practical criteria, right, that we will see today. So a spiral spring which consists of a thin strip of a rectangular cross section, as you can see in this particular figure, you will able to see this. It is a thin strip of rectangular cross section which is wound in this form of a spiral, as you can see in this figure. It is also called a power spring or the flat spiral spring, where the inner end of this spring strip is fixed in the arbor at the center. This is our arbor and it is fixed over there. And we have one outer end. You can see this outer end which is clamped to a drum, which we can call it as a retaining drum. The spring is wound by rotating the arbor, and during the winding process, the energy is stored in the spring. This energy is going to release as the mechanical torque through the drum. When it is gradually rotated, it is going to unwind. So this is how the entire working of the spiral spring can happen. The strip is made of the high quality steel, and it is a very thin, which results in the very high flexibility and enables the arbor to have the large angular deflection. So if we consider the application, we will able to know that the angular deflection of the arbor is several dozens of the revolutions, which results in accumulation of the considerable amount of energy. And the drum is integral with the gear, and energy is released by rotating this gear into another gear. And likewise, the spiral springs are widely used in the watch, camera, instruments, automatic weapons, etc. So in the sometimes different types of toys which are powered by the spiral spring, they are generally used as a starter of the small engines, and there are so many applications where you can use this spiral spring. Now, the working and the functional part, as you can see from the figure, the strip of the spiral spring is subjected to the pure bending moment, and you can see this notations in the spring is denoted by P, R, and T. So from point A, you can see the force which we can apply at the outer end at point A due to the winding of the arbor. Small r, which is you can consider as the distance from the center of the gravity of the spiral from outer end, and small t is nothing but the thickness of the strip. I want everyone to draw this simple figure of the spiral spring and write down this notation in your book so that we can implement this thing in your day-to-day working procedure, and then we can write down the procedure to design this kind of spiral spring. These notations are very much important. So all of you kindly draw this figure and do write this notation in your book, then we will go further. So now once you are done with this figure and its notation, we can go further where we can consider as the value of small b is equal to the width of strip perpendicular to the plane of paper. Small l is the length of strip from the outer end to the inner end. And now you can consider this the outer end A of the spring which is pulled by the force P, where you can consider the bending moment which is the load into perpendicular distance. So force which is acting at the distance of r, which is simply given by the equation m is equal to pr, and the point B is at farthest distance from the line of action of the force P. Therefore, the bending moment is maximum at point B. So you can simply understand the same thing from this equation, where the maximum bending moment will be given by using this equation mb is equal to 2 dr, which is 2m bending moment in the other side. The maximum bending stress, then you can use the equation sigma b is equal to mby by I, where you can put the value of mb if it is required to put in this equation. So ultimately we wanted to focus on this maximum bending stress by using this equation. This is very much important part that you should note it down. Now, once you are aware about this bending stress, which are generally happening, you utilize this equation where you can put the value of mb, you can put the value of y, you can put the value of I in the simple equation of sigma b. Substituting all this value, you will get the simple equation in the form of m, small b and small t. Now look at this figure, and you can say that when the both ends are clamped, the angle of the rotation of the r bar theta with respect to the drum, or you can say the point of contact A, is given by using this equation. Theta is equal to m small l E upon I. Now we can put the value of I is equal to nothing but it is bt cube divided by 12. So the equation of the theta which you are having right now is in the form of 12 ml EBT square EBT cube. So this is your equation of the theta. You can implement this sigma b, you can implement the value of theta in the upcoming equation in order to calculate, or you can design the criteria in your corresponding. So you can utilize this value of theta, you can utilize the value of sigma b in the equation of delta, because the deflection of one end of the spring with respect to the other end is simply given by using this equation. Delta deflection is equal to r theta. This is the well-known fundamental equation we can consider. Now utilize this equation of theta in this equation of delta. You can get the value of delta is equal to 12 mrl EBT cube. And this is the equation of delta. The strain energy which is stored in the spring is also given by using this equation. U is equal to 1/2 m theta. What is theta? The value of theta, you can even put it in this equation in order to get the value of U, which is the strain energy. So the deflection, the value of the strain energy which is in this helical torsional spring, you can easily calculate by using these equations. So these are the fundamental equations which we can implement in order to get the final value of the variables according to the spring. Kindly note it down, these two equation of theta, delta, and the equation of U. So now using this three important equation in the design procedure, we can solve one example to understand this design procedure in a better way. Let us take this example. A flat spiral spring required to provide maximum torque of 1200 Newton into meter. That is a spiral spring, and you required to transfer this particular torque in the application. The spring is made up of the steel strip, and the maximum bending strength should not exceed the 800 megapascal. When the stresses in the spring decreases from 800 to 0, what will happen? The arbor turns to 3 complete revolution with respect to the retaining drum. This is the most important criteria of considering the example for this plate spiral spring. The thickness of the steel strip is 1.25 mm, and the modulus of elasticity depending on the material of the steel is 207 300 Newton per mm square. What we wanted to discuss, what we wanted to find is the width and the length of the steel strip which we are using for the plate spiral spring. So this is what we have, the data is given to you. Consider this data and you try to analyze this data, note it down, and use the equation which we have seen in the design procedure to calculate this width and length. Now, to the solution of this particular questions, these are the given data as we know. M is equal to 1200, sigma B is equal to 800, E is equal to 207,000 Newton per mm square, and small d is equal to 1.25. Now we want to calculate the width of strip first. So we know the equation, and the equation of this will be lies in the sigma B is equal to 12m bt square. In this equation, you can put the other values, and you will find the only unknown in this equation is small b. Next, we have the length of strip. Where it is in the data given that theta is equal to 3 revolutions. One revolution is entirely complete in terms of radian is equal to 2 pi. So 3 into 2 pi is equal to 6 pi radians total. So you can utilize this equation in the equation of theta. Theta is equal to 12 ml ebt cube. So utilizing this equation of theta, now you can put in the equation theta is equal to 6 pi over here 12. We know the equation of m is equal to 1200, L as it is, E is equal to 207,000, B is equal to 12. We have calculated this thing earlier, and T is equal to 1.25, which is given in the data. So the entire length of strip you can easily calculate by using this equation. So if you remember this two equation, one equation is the equation of sigma b, the other equation is the equation of theta. You can easily calculate the two parameters, width of the strip and the length of the strip, easily by using this equation. So this is the design procedure. These are the important equations which you have to use, and you have to find out the parameters of this spring. Do verify your answer along with my answer, and let me know in case of any query or any doubt you are having. Our next important type of spring which we wanted to discuss is multi-leaf spring. This is very important types of spring where are generally used. You will see this kind of spring in the suspension of the car, truck, railway wagons, etc. You will see this kind of spring is there. A multi-leaf spring which consists of a series of a flat plate, usually the semi-elliptical shape. You will see the shape of this spring is semi-elliptical. You will see over here. There are multiple flats. Semi-elliptical springs are which generally called leaves of the spring. So these are graduated in the length. If you consider the master leaf, it is the maximum. It is having the maximum length, and this kind of spring is having different kinds of leaves where decreasing in the length. It is attached with the help of U-bolt and center clips. By using this, so you will see the figure with the help of the figure you will easily understand how this is going to work, and you will know the load which is acting will be at the two ends, which is generally considered as I. So if we talk about the nomenclature, the L is considered as the length of cantilever or the half the length of the semi-elliptical spring, because the total length is denoted by 2L. So simply you can say that L is equal to the half length. P is the force which is applied at the end of spring. So at the two end we have 2P force, and which will be reacted by the center part, which is 2P in the upward direction, which is the reaction to the downward force 2P. PF, which is we can consider as a portion of portion of the force P taken by the extra full length leaf N. So you can consider we have here extra 2 full length leaves, and whatever the portion of force P which is taken by this 2 means N is equal to 2 in case of this. So here you can consider the leaf at the top has maximum length, and this is denoted by master leaf. The longest leaf at the top is called the master leaf, and which is generally bent at the both end from the spring eyes. So we have two bolts which are inserted through these eyes to fix the leaf spring to automobile body, and the leaves are held together by means of two U-bolts and the center clip. Rebound clips are provided to keep the leaves in the alignment and prevent the lateral shifting of the leaves during the operation. At the center, the leaf spring is supported by the axle. Multi-leaf springs are provided with the 1 or 2 extra full-length leaves in addition to the master leaf. The extra full-length leaves are stuck between the master leaf and the graduated length leaves. The extra full-length leaves are provided to support the transverse shear force. So this is how, by using this figure, you will able to understand the construction of this multi-leaf spring and how it will be going to work. You can easily see from this figure. Now, for the purpose of analysis, the leaves are dividing into the two groups. One is the master leaf along with the graduated leaves forming the one group, and we have the second extra full length leaves which is going to form with the other group. So ultimately what will happen, we have the value of number of extra full length leaves, and we have the number of graduated length leaves which is going to include the master leaf. Small n is the total number of leaves. B, which is we can consider as the width of leaf, and T is the thickness of the leaf. Apart from it, we can consider as the value of Pg, which is the portion of point which we have already calculated earlier. P is the portion of force which is taken by the graduated length loose. So I want that all of you will draw this figure, and this figure is very much important as per the design criteria is concerned. So all of you draw this figure, and then we are going to discuss the design part of this multi-leaf spring, how it will be going to design, what are the resultant shape according to the triangular plate of the thickness, and how to calculate the bending stress by using this simple equations. This part we will discuss later, but all of you first draw this figure of the multi-leaf spring and do write these simple equations where you are going to put the values of different entities like MB, which is PGL, then we have Y, which is T by 2, and we have the value of I, which we can consider as 1 by 12 NGB TQ. So then dt will be going to cancel out, and you will have the final equation in the form of this. This is the final equation of the bending stress, which is there in the equation. So all of you draw this figure. This is very much important, and then we will go further in this. Meanwhile, if you are having any query or any doubt, you please feel free to ask any questions in the chat box. I will happy to answer it. Draw it within the 5 minutes and let me know once you will complete with this multi-leaf spring. So meanwhile, you are drawing the figure and writing these equations of the bending stress in your book. You do write your full name and your enrollment number in the chat box for the attendance of today's lecture. Meanwhile, if you are having any query or any doubt, you please feel free to ask in case of any query. We'll see you in the next lecture with continuation with the design of multi-leaf spring, and we'll solve the example based on it. See you then in the next lecture. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.